Premier's podcast. Second returning guest, Grant King. Grant, welcome back.
Hi, cheers.
Do you feel
Happy
like
to be here.
it's like a wee club and you've already got in, so the second time you walk up, they're like, oh, there's Grant, morning.
That's it. All the boys know me now. Aye.
Skip the queue, morning.
All the boys and girls, because we remember the last, was it on Spotify, Ken? It tells you the gender, the difference in gender, who listen.
You've been sitting holding that. Oh, God, go.
Better check out exactly what it is, but the last time we checked, it was, so the first maybe 20 episodes, we were about 95% male, and now we've got a 48% female listening,
Decent.
and 52 male, so aye.
No.
All thanks to yourself, then.
All thanks to you. If it wasn't for you, it wouldn't be. No, it wasn't like 100%. It was no all male or female. There was non-binary in there, wasn't
That's
there?
right, and not specified or something like that.
Aye, not specified. Aye, no non-binary. That's really like specific, isn't it?
Aye.
Right, we're going off topic already. So,
Love it. That's what it's all about.
Grant, previously on the podcast, was all about gaming, telling us the ins and outs of gaming from top to bottom. So, if you're not into gaming, you might not have heard, or you've been living under a rock, the two biggest game consoles on the planet are releasing absolute new consoles, so the PS5 and the Xbox. What is it, Xbox Series X?
You've got two. You've got Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S.
So,
What's the difference?
well, we can let Grant get into that in a wee minute. So, we're going to begin with that. Grant, you followed the election with Trump, didn't you?
Aye, I did. I had CNN news on every day whilst I was working.
Aye. Is that because of your job? Is your job effect like though?
No, well, aye. Worldwide events change the markets, and that makes me busy. Essentially, people, depending on how the markets are going, people are going to buy and sell. The trades are going to be placed
To
depending
reflect
on
that,
the world.
aye.
Well, they're going to buy if the price is good, or they're going to sell to get out of trouble, or the price is high.
That's just made me feel so insignificant in my job.
I heard you were saving lives the other day, Gav.
Oh, it wasn't me. No, it was not me.
No,
not me at all. I was there, but aye, it was eventful. So, but no, listen to that. Like worldwide events do not impact. Well, they might actually. I don't know. But
you don't know. But what just what is it you do, Grant? What's your job? What is it you do?
If you want my title, I am an investment operations analyst for a fund manager.
There you go. How bloody important does that sound, man?
It sounds, but it's not really.
I'm a glorified cleaner.
It's important.
Gav just walks people around a gym as if they're like 3 billion mice. That one, I'll show you about. Kidding on, Gav. You've got quite. You are a busy boy. You keep that gym afloat. But so even the night you're a busy boy. Yeah, is this all because of this? That's why you're working extra hours? Because of all Biden getting the presidency.
It depends day to day. Aye, anything like that can change it. When COVID first hit, manic for the first 2 months because markets, which it's uncommon, but certain markets throughout the world
they
stopped trading. Some markets actually paused trading throughout the day, which has a massive impact. So just the amount of people buying and selling, also can't get into any detail, but
no, he tells that half hour, so he's like, aye. But right, on you go, Gav. Take lead.
No, I was just going to say, speaking about your work, you've got a big announcement tomorrow, eh? So forget about the whole COVID.
Forget COVID.
Malarkey.
Forget Nicola Sturgeon. Forget lockdowns. Yep. Forget Joe Biden, Donald Trump. Forget Grant sipping his green tea. I have been working in the gym for well over hundreds of weeks now. I'm going to go to the gym and actually exercise tomorrow. This I know it's groundbreaking. Check the Nike shares, Under Armour, all them. They're hunting me down. I'm going, Kenny, wear this gear when you're training tomorrow. I'm like,
Gymshark, mate. You've got to be a Gymshark model.
Gymshark, 100%. That'll be me. Absolutely rocking it. So when I'm in the gym tomorrow, don't talk to me. I'm in there to really focus. I'll not be signing autographs. I'll none of it.
No?
One bit. No,
too big time now, are you?
Too belly big time. Too big time. That's me. Just
fair enough.
Anyway, move on. Don't even talk to me, Gav. If you see me in the gym, I swear if you come into me, I will blank you. That's what I'll do.
Oh yeah.
I'm focused. I'm in the zone. drinking
I can't wait to
Red Bull right now.
4 minutes
This is
past.
just Red Bull.
Can't wait to 4 minutes past 9 when you walk into my office and just start talking to me. No, I can't.
100%. Gav, mate, I made a big effort, but I'm here. So that's the big announcement. That's what I'll be doing tomorrow.
But anyway, so Grant, you've also got the new Xbox. So what one did you get? The Xbox Series
I got
X?
the Series X.
So that's with a disc drive?
With a disc drive
There you
and
go.
up in power and processing power.
So the Series S, you don't put discs in, you just download them directly from...
Completely digital. Aye. There's no way you can put a disc in it unless you buy an external disc drive, but then I don't even think it would be compatible.
What's the point in that?
Aye.
Redundant, isn't it? Right, so PlayStation 5. So it comes in two. It comes in a digital only, which is the same as the Series S.
Aye, in a way, but the PS5 digital only version has the same power as the disc drive version.
Of the PS5.
Yeah, PS5s are identical on power, just one's with a disc drive, one's without.
One's
So
without.
a wee bit more technical, the Series X and Series S, where there's power differences in them as well as missing a disc drive.
Right, okay. So let's go over that quickly, because it can play the same games, but the performance of the games is going to be different regards to
Aye,
when you
I
get
think to the average person playing it, I think it won't be noticeable.
be pretty
Aye.
the same.
I think when you look at, there's a lot of people done load time differences.
Aye.
You're comparing the Series X and the Series S, and there's maybe like 5 seconds of difference, which to the average person, it's not going to matter.
Uh-huh.
It's just not a much more affordable console. You're talking it's £200 a difference.
Oh,
Is that right?
that's what I was going to ask. What is the... I'm assuming there is a price difference, but...
I think it's about £200 if I'm right. I could be wrong, maybe out about £50, but it's a decent saving anyway if you didn't worry about the disc drive.
I don't care for an extra 5 seconds wait time.
Right, so just briefly, so it's £200 a lot of money to save. So when they go to buy a game, because I will come on to this with the PS5 and the PlayStation Store. So is it the Microsoft Store? Is it?
Yes, Microsoft
right,
Store.
So how are the games there compared to getting into a game and buying a disc?
It depends.
Does the prices come down? So say FIFA, let's just take FIFA because it's out every year. It's an iPhone in it.
Aye.
So FIFA 21 just knows top dollar. Come next year, it's redundant. FIFA 22 is going to come out. Will the price vary in the Xbox store or Microsoft store?
Well, obviously right now it's still going to be brand new game cost because it's a relatively new game.
It's new. It's brand new. Aye.
Not always, but I've found the digital store, the Microsoft store, to be more expensive than going to a shop.
I was just about to say.
I think that's maybe because convenience, or I don't know, but I've found it generally, not all the time, but generally be a bit more expensive by a £5 or a £10 on a new game.
Uh-huh.
I done that with Call of Duty when we went into lockdown the first time. I was like, everybody was playing Call of Duty. And I was like, I'm going to buy this. And then
big sheep, man.
But all the listen to you were right behind me.
Aye. I was like the wee dog following the sheep.
But so I went on to obviously all the shops were shut, so I couldn't go out and get it. So I didn't want to wait like 3 days or something, whatever it was, to wait. So I went on to the PlayStation store and it was like £60 or £65. I was like, why is it more expensive?
Aye, but I don't think it's. I think it's because I'm pure PlayStation, right? So Gav, PlayStation's the best in it. PlayStation's the best.
Yep.
Grant, you're a loser, right? So no,
you're not
loser,
saying that
loser,
now on the PS5,
loser. No, I'm kidding. Right, so I'm not really. But what I'm trying to say is when it comes to the digital things, the PlayStation Store doesn't really drop prices. It doesn't really come down. So for as much as with the PlayStation 5 with a disc drive and without a disc drive, £50. It's the only difference in price.
I think it's £100, is it not?
It might be now.
I think it's £450 for the disc drive version and £350 for the digital edition. I think it's about £100 a difference. Last I checked, I could be wrong, but I think it's about £100.
Yeah, right. I've just Googled PS5 here and somebody's selling one for £700.
Aye, because you can't get a hold of them if you didn't pre-order one. You have not got a good chance of getting them until after Christmas.
Oh my god! Right, I'm just getting down a pure rabbit hole there. So for your £50 or your £100 saving, just say it's £100, right? Over time, PlayStation will claw that back because the PlayStation Store doesn't drop prices significantly. But I get FIFA 22 weeks ago for £8, just because FIFA 21's out, because with a disc. I've not checked. I should have checked the price on the PlayStation Store which I could do on my phone whilst I'm talking about this. So then we can. You got to do it, Gav? You want to do it?
Okay, I've got a PlayStation in front of me. Do you want to do
Right,
it?
you get a PlayStation. You find out what the price of FIFA 20 is on the PlayStation Store, and then as time goes
Just
on,
a question: does I know it costs for obviously PS Network, but do you
well,
have
the
anything?
PS Plus. Is that what you're
PS
thinking?
Plus is called because you can't play online with it, that right? But the same as Xbox Live.
No, you can. No, you can play online.
You
I
can.
only got PS Plus last month.
Certain games you can't play online though.
I was playing Warzone that online for free.
I think Warzone's one of the very few that lets you.
Fortnite as well.
Grand Theft Auto, you need to have PlayStation Plus to.
Aye, similar
really?
to Xbox then. But I was just wondering if PlayStation, or Xbox have got what they call Game Pass Ultimate, which I've got.
I don't know. What's the difference in just Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate?
Well, Game Pass Ultimate is your PS Plus subscription included in the cost.
Right, okay.
But the Game Pass Ultimate gives you access to every game in their library that they put on, and EA games. Not all of the new ones, but like for talking sake, FIFA 20's on it, and I can download that for free.
All right. Oh, that's brilliant.
And I don't know if PlayStation's got something similar.
They give you 2 free games a month. So you get 2 free games a month with your PlayStation Plus pass. And if you've got your PS Plus pass before November or before the PS5 releases, you get I think it's 20 best games for the PlayStation 4.
That's the thing you sent me, wasn't it, Kenny?
Aye, you get 20 free games. So like, there's no point in me reading that. You're a clever boy. It saves me doing it because I've not got it to hand.
I think the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate's got over 100 games I can download.
So does it, regardless, it kind of, they're always there for you to download at any point?
They chop them and change them, how it's going. But like they've got the new Forza 7 on it. Which is completely free for me to download if I chose to.
That's an Xbox exclusive game, isn't it?
It is. I say free, but you're paying for it monthly.
How much do you pay? How much is that yearly?
That's I pay $10.99 a month. So you're talking 130 quid-ish a year.
Pennies, man. What do you pay, Gav? Do you pay it monthly?
I think it's £7.
Aye, I bought it for great segue. So, Gav, we've got an affiliate link with Instant Gaming. The Emerge podcast get an affiliate link with Instant Gaming. Yeah? So if people are buying something on this website, they just put Emerge podcast and we get, something for nothing. Don't know the idea.
Right.
Anyway, so I went on and I got the PlayStation Plus pass for a year.
Right. And
it cost me £41 for the year. Good. And that's me getting 2 free games a month. Need for Speed Payback, free. Was playing that the other day.
See when I look at something like that, when you look at what it weighs up, so it's like maybe, I'm sure when I looked at it, it was 70 quid for the year. Then if you wanted to do it every quarter, it was 35 quid or whatever. See when I see £7 a month, I'm like, I'll just do that.
No,
save my 70 quid.
Come on, you're paying double. You're paying for 2 years worth.
That's all right.
So Gav, because we're getting an affiliate like now, but we're going to Instant Gaming and purchasing a wee cheeky yearly pass here. I think that's sometimes series passes now. It costs a lot of pennies, doesn't it? See if you want to play, see if you want to be in the cutting edge of playing computers, costs you a fortune, doesn't it?
I think it's like road tax. You can buy a car, you can buy an Xbox, but you can't drive the car with the road tax. You can't basically play the Xbox without a subscription.
Aye. That's very true.
So I looked at the thingy, Kenny, there. The
FIFA 20.
FIFA 20. So I don't know if it's because I've already got it.
Oh no!
As a disc, but it just says free. I wonder if it's actually free.
I'll find on my Xbox and see what Xbox are giving it.
Aye.
Right. Well, the discless drive PS5 edition is $360, and the big bad boy with a disc drive is $450. So £90. £90. Well done. Absolute sterling effort. Research.
Second, I'll be finding this now.
Wonder if they're offering it for free, because I thought it normally comes up still with the price.
See, because you've played it, and because when you play a game, it downloads the game to the console. So because it's downloaded that game to the console, you no longer need to pay for it.
Oh, that was a waste of 2 minutes. Sorry, I get it for free because I've got that EA pass.
That's right, you mentioned that literally 2 minutes ago.
I know.
I was going to go on the app there, but
Have you got the app as well? You got a PlayStation app?
I only downloaded it about a week ago. Didn't even know it
Did
existed.
you?
Right.
Oh my goodness.
So I was downloading I've been playing quite a lot of COD. Granted, over the last, since lockdown, obviously. But, but I just realised they've got an app as well, and you could actually go back and see your previous game activity and stuff like that, and wins and stuff. I didn't know this existed. So I went on a bit of an app downloading spree. And I downloaded 2 apps.
I went on an app. I filled my phone up, man. Wow, 2 apps later.
To be fair, it probably fucking did. The storage it probably used. What's that thing you actually got about?
On you go. On you go. You were getting right into it.
The storage. Man. So I can't remember. I want to say the PlayStation 4 is is it 250 gig or something like that?
No, they started off with 500 gig consoles. Right. Both. I think it was both the Xbox One when it came out and the PS4 were 500 gig consoles, but quickly went up to a terabyte.
Remember the Xbox One had the expandable storage? You just clipped it off.
Hard drive just in the top slid in.
So simple, man. So simple. Sorry, on you go.
No,
PS4 was ended up at a terabyte.
Same with Xbox. They're kind of following the same trends.
They're the same trends, but they're trying to put a twist on it. They're trying to put their own twist on it. Because
all
the
consoles
Xbox is
a terabyte. But it's solid state drives.
PS5 isn't a terabyte. 800.
Aye, they claim it as a terabyte because that's technically what the SSD has. But both the Xbox and the PS, their processing units take up a certain amount of memory, so it takes up 200 gig.
I think for people who listen to this and understand kind of how big Warzone is and like COD as a whole, when it comes to like they put the user interface on the PlayStation and the Xbox, and then kind of the other 200 gig gets used just to run the thing. So the usable storage on the PS5 600 and something, and the Xbox
I can give you the stats
Series
for the new
X
COD.
is
I've got that.
The Xbox is something like a full COD more. So that when it comes to storage, the Xbox is actually better.
Right.
For the get-go.
Hi, Grant, give us the stats for the Xbox.
The new Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, I installed it on Friday when it came out. Took up just shy of 140 gig.
Aye, so that's how much more storage the Xbox has got.
Taking like
when you turn it
20%
on
off your PS hard drive already in that.
Aye, just to get it. Aye.
Because I always thought the PlayStation had like fucking unlimited gig because I never came close to using it. And then when I downloaded COD and then I had to do all these updates, I had to delete every game apart from COD and FIFA. That was it.
Mate,
that's all I've got on my PlayStation.
Do you know, when I got the PlayStation, I have no idea. That was my mate's PlayStation. Yeah, that's better one. He gave me it. I'm pure PlayStation daft now, right? So I played FIFA, playing that, loving it, having an absolute ball. Then fell away from PlayStation for a while and then get back into it, playing Fortnite. Enjoyed that. And my mate Urquhart was like, if you'd played Red Dead Redemption, it's like GTA, but it's like Western style. And I was like, mate, I've not got time for that. Like, that is a pure commitment. He's like, nah, try it. I tried it. Aye, pure hooked. See, just trying to get that game on the PlayStation, I had to go through and delete certain things and do I keep this? Do I keep that? No, don't know. Then that Warzone came out and that was a big turn off for me. I was like, I need to delete everything on that PlayStation because it doesn't hold.
Unless you spend big 80 quid on another hard drive.
That's a perfect segue into. I know the PS hasn't announced their hard drive upgrades yet.
They've no.
Xbox is using one supplier, which is Seagate. So I don't know if any third parties will come along eventually, but to upgrade to effectively double your Xbox hard drive, it's costing 220 quid.
Fucking hell.
Aye, I was just trying to educate myself a wee bit because I've not interested in Xbox. Just be honest. How I was pure Xbox daft when I was younger.
Were you?
Oh,
100, mate, massive on it, man. Wasn't interested in PlayStation. That's why I've not played COD. That's why I've not bothered with it. So, as of this current time, no third party companies at all have come anywhere near replicating what Seagate have done. I don't know if it's an exclusive deal. Because that
for Xbox, I think it is.
Aye, but there's nothing at all for expandable hard drives for PlayStation 5 just now. Nothing at all.
There will be eventually, I'm sure there will be. There's got to be, because you fill that terabyte or the 800 gig that you're getting in no time.
4 games, man. Aye, 100%.
So that's the thing. Like, see if you had Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, and COD, and maybe FIFA, that would be it.
That's you, man.
You know what I mean?
Buggered.
Am I right in
be
saying
fair,
Red Dead Redemption was big? Was that a bigger game?
I'd say that's probably about 100 gig, if I remember right.
Was it? I remember
huge,
downloading
man.
it. It took like fucking 12 hours.
Gallop. You could go on a horse and just gallop, go north.
I love the game.
You could do it for an hour, just galloping a horse.
The map was huge.
Huge. we open goal reference here.
Aye.
I can't believe we're just winging this so far. Absolutely winging it. no run sheet or nothing. Look, absolute blank bit of paper.
I've got all your comparisons ready to go.
Oh, go for it. Right,
no. Right. Well, right. So PS5 lacks storage. Xbox backwards compatibility. Unbelievable, Jeff.
Big thing. You can play games right back to original Xbox for the early 2000s.
Proper horrible.
Oh, so you can just put in an old disc?
No, you put in an old disc.
Wow.
But it was disgusting. How horrible was that first Xbox, man? But the PlayStation 5 lineup, the exclusive lineup's far better, innit?
Oh yeah, I can't disagree with that as much as I'd like to. And I think I've got a reason for that.
Go for it.
Because you went to play Spider-Man, didn't you?
Arguably, the PS4 was a more powerful console than Xbox One. I think that's undeniable. And I think it was more popular.
Yeah.
And obviously, any developers going to develop a game are going to say, well, what console can we sell more copies to?
Mm-hmm.
What console is going to make our game look better because they're using a more powerful console? Which was... And it was the same with 360. Xbox 360 had all the exclusives at that time, and then PS4 took them. And I think I said it the last podcast, swings and roundabouts. I firmly believe the Xbox Series X will be eventually the kind of king out the two. But that could be a year down the line. I think so. It's a more powerful console. There's no denying that. That's fact. That when you look at what's inside it, I don't think it's going to be as popular because the PS4 is riding this wave of popularity for years. I think the PS5 initially will sell thousands more consoles and developers will stick with it because they'll go, well, sell more.
Do you know why I think if Xbox is going to win it is the amount of studios they've bought up. They're buying up everybody's gaming studios, aren't they? Like it's up and there was a few. Was it God of War? Or was it God of War? Because I know they're being quite big in that with the PS5. There was a few exclusives. There was a few exclusives that PlayStation were going to announce, and Microsoft bought the studios for their games, like just outright bought them, and they've well within their rights to withdraw that and make it an Xbox exclusive.
As I say, I think down the line, maybe in a year's time, maybe even 18 months to 2 years, developers will then realise it's going to be a console to help them develop the game better.
Mm-hmm.
And it depends on if Microsoft's willing to plough in the money to get exclusives, but I think we're a long way off that. I think PS4's still soaring off into the distance on this wave of popularity that's keeping the developers there.
Here's a question.
Right, on you go, mate. On you go.
Right, just so I'll ask Grant first. So
you ask Grant, I'll go to the toilet.
Right, go for it.
I'm not interested, man. You're going to ask me.
I hear your voice constantly, mate. So what I don't see with the exclusive games, I don't get why they want to make them exclusive, because surely they're going to double, if not more, your people buying the game because you can play it on both consoles.
I think there's a couple of factors in it. Like it could be pure Sony unquestionably got the better of the exclusives throughout the whole life of the PS4, and that could be a lot of things. As Sony just going to developers and saying, "Look, we'll pay you what you want just to keep this on our console."
Right.
And it depends if Microsoft are willing to fight for it. If they maybe don't think it's going to be that great a game, so they'll go, "Nah, we're not interested." Or it could be a developer upright saying, "We think we're going to make a better game on this console, so we're not going to." It's like a work of art in it. They're not going to do it and say, "You know what? We're not going to make a worse version of a game just to sell it." It just depends.
Because when you look at a game like FIFA or like COD or GTA, you couldn't imagine them being an exclusive game, could you? That would just kill it.
It's funny even mentioning COD. There's timed exclusives, so like PlayStation 5 players, or I don't know if it's working on PlayStation 4, but certainly PlayStation 5 players on the new Call of Duty are going to get like zombies maps a couple of weeks early.
Right, okay.
And that's just like having a deal between the developer and the console manufacturer, just because either A, popularity, they know they're going to sell more copies on PS5 because it's probably going to be more copies, there's more PS5s getting sold, so you wait up, it's a good chance of selling those copies.
Yeah.
They're getting paid more. for Sony for that.
God.
And I think that's just going to be the trend for the next wee while until that's just a personal opinion of mine until they see that the Xbox is the better of the two consoles, but that's probably because I'm looking at it through Xbox glasses.
Aye, exactly. So the reason that Spider-Man Miles Morales is an exclusive to PlayStation is because PlayStation own the rights to Spider-Man, really, like the movies, the game. So that's why it's not going to come out.
The movies?
Aye. That's how when you see the Spider-Man movies, it's Sony and Marvel.
Sony Entertainment.
Sony Entertainment. Aye, Sony Pictures. Aye, Sony Entertainment. They. I don't know if they own the full
your
rights to
research,
Spider-Man. It's just that was just me being a wee bit of a geek. Yeah. Plus, I've been watching these. Have you watched any of the videos? The Spider-Man game. I
watched one. I watched an IGN comparison between the Series X and the PS5, and I think
the loading times.
I wasn't overly impressed with how Spider-Man game looked, but I think it's because they were using a camera to record the screen rather than using a game capture, so it didn't look great.
Yeah,
but I think that's why.
I remember playing I don't know if it was the first Spider-Man game that came out on PlayStation, and I thought it was that you could fly from building to building. I was like, what the fuck? This is amazing.
Aye. And
then GTA came out, and I was like, oh, never mind.
It's far better.
I could shoot people while jumping off buildings.
Aye, and still survive. Absolutely brilliant. Right. It's just something that PlayStation's pure lacked, because I've definitely missed it for the Xbox 360, right? The controllers.
That's a big talking point. That's a massive thing.
And that's what PlayStation's went pure big on.
Aye. I think there's no doubting that the technology in the PS5 controller is probably the most innovative controller we're going to see.
Great word.
For the next while.
Great word. Innovative.
Aye.
Frightening.
So
is that on your notes there? Have you got that in your notes?
I've not got any notes, mate. This is all in here.
Oh, what a brain, man. Look, Gav trying to get the PlayStation 4 controller. Loser. Bin it, mate.
No, I was going to say, what's the difference?
You might just be holding a rock.
What's the difference between that one?
So they've changed the shape.
Can you see that one, mate?
Ever so slightly.
For anybody on the audio experience of the Emerge podcast, Gavin's holding a camouflage controller up to the screen.
So they've changed the shape ever so slightly. You can still recognise it as a PlayStation controller. They've got what's called haptic feedback, which is added vibrations and sensors in the controller.
It's more of it's sound. It's sound as opposed to because all it's in
like the microphone port and it senses it blowing into it, so it makes something move on screen, something like that.
Aye. Just frightening how they've managed to even the L2 and R2. They've called it something. It's like his resistance. So if say you're holding a
sensitivity resistance.
Aye. So say you're holding a heavier gun in COD and you're trying to shoot, you'll feel that the trigger's a bit stiffer to use.
They're saying this is revolutionary, but I've got the new. Well, this is the new Xbox controller, which is absolutely no different for the Xbox One. There's very subtle changes, but
that controller was just groundbreaking. But wasn't it? How it just in your hand, it feels it fits a wee bit better.
I've got the Elite
version. Have you got a scuff version? Aye.
No, because I've got the Elite. Remember, I showed that in the last video. Change of the. It's got the. I don't know if you want to see them, but it's got
you can change
for the paddles, and that changes your trigger strokes. It only goes halfway and activates. And that's all. I mean, they two controllers, the one generation and another, haven't changed much.
Aye.
Nah, they've not changed at all. But when you've got something that good, there's no point in changing that. It's how when it came to third party, PlayStation, a lot of people buying scuff controllers because they could change there was buttons in the back and stuff like that, and they had that opportunity when the Xbox.
Although
when you go.
Oh, sorry, mate. I was going to say, that's made by Microsoft, so that's first party controller.
It's first party. Aye. So the
thing with that, the new Xbox is I can connect this to the new Xbox. Even though this is a previous generation controller, PS5 you cannot use PS4 controllers.
No wonder. This sexiness of the new controller is unbelievable.
And just this has had pulse triggers for years, so you feel tension in the trigger for years, but nobody's mentioning that.
Aye, well,
Thought I'd get that in there.
get it, aye, very quickly, man.
Hey, what were you about to say, Kenny? You like that?
I was like pointing pens at the screen, like, can you not see that I'm one of the guys?
Let me speak.
It's me. Hello. What I was going to say is, it was a pro. It was a positive for the Xbox because they also have got the Elite version of the new controller.
Yeah, the Elite Series 2. This is the Elite Series 1 because they're a bloody fortune.
Aye. Well, that's what it was. Unbox Therapy. Have you ever watched that? Have any's ever seen a video for that? No. It's quite satisfying, right? So he had that controller, and it comes. It's presented so well, like the Xbox thing. It's like comes in. Like, you never put the case. Aye, get the case. Go on.
Oh, actually, Kenny, before you say this, is this a thing you said that this guy does satisfying videos with the things?
No.
All right.
But do you know what I'm going to mention?
What have you just thought?
Our sponsor.
Get it in there.
Sphere McDonald Hodge. I bet he'd make a right good controller, wouldn't he?
Oh, aye. Stephen made the best controller.
Aye.
You'd have every button.
All the buttons. You wouldn't need to play the game. The controller would be that good, you just complete it. That's how it is. So thanks to Sphere McDonald Hodge for making, no this case here that you're seeing on screen, but for being great. Aye. Being the best. Right, so
that's a Series 1. But
so was the ability to charge the pad whilst it's in the case with that?
Not the Series 1. No, this is just a
Series
basic
2. Your Series 2, you can
carry case with bits to hold the stuff in. But
all
that's
your external wee bits and bobs. So that's very similar. Series 2 is very similar. But
cool,
you've now got the capabilities to charge your controller whilst it's in the case. So it's pretty
it's
cool.
got a magnetic charging base or something like that.
Yes.
All right, so you don't need cableless.
See, the thing is with Xbox, Gav, they're dinosaurs, man. They're giving you batteries and all that. You need to go and buy the rechargeable bits to put in the back of it. And
that could be a good thing though if you're sitting far for your telly.
What are you talking?
And you run out of charge.
Just charge your pad. You're going to have to.
I know, but how many of the USB-C cables have you broke?
None. I've still got my original.
Oh, have you?
Oh, you're USB. You're no USB-C, Gav. You're USB.
Oh yeah, I'm USB.
USB-B. Would that be right? Because I'm USB-C. Because the PlayStation, the new PlayStation controller is like a quick charge, so it's here like that. USB-C is more of an oval, whereas your PlayStation controller is a pure flimsy, horrible, disgusting thing. It's a dead thin. Aye. So bring it closer to the camera. So yours is pants, pure pants, man. That is disgusting.
That's the original one.
This is that's the new one. That's what you'll use. USB-C, quick charge it.
Everybody's got USB-C. Yeah?
Apple's using it, man. See if Apple are using something.
I'm using it.
Is Xbox using it? Is that what you would use? No.
It is now, with the new controllers. I think
but do you need to buy the expendable charge pack thing? Aye.
That's a new one, isn't it?
That's USB-C, aye.
But yes, you need to buy what they call a plain charge kit, which gives you the battery pack, the chargeable battery pack and cable. If you want
much
and
money.
a chargeable controller.
Comes a stand £20. Oh, great, that's sorry, you know.
But that's one thing that I didn't actually realise that until maybe about a year ago, is you actually had to buy batteries for the controllers for Xbox. I never knew that. So how much is just a battery?
What a double A?
Quid.
What is it? Right, okay.
No,
an extra controller battery?
Oh, a rechargeable battery?
Aye, £20.
Aye.
That's about £20 for the kit that gives you a battery and a charging cable, something like that.
That's what you've just spoke about, wasn't it? But you got it. Just realised.
But I think the Elite Series 2 that you're talking about, Kenny, is rechargeable only. You can't put batteries in it.
Well, it was, because it's got all the mechanicals at the back of it. So
they're moving towards that.
I'd say it was a good buy.
It's just expensive. It's £160 for a controller. Which, when you think you can buy a Series S for nearly the same, not far off the same price, you can buy a full console or you can buy a controller.
You bring that Xbox. Losers, stop it.
You're going to lose fucking viewers here, Kenny, because you keep calling Xbox people losers.
No.
I'm listening to a gaming podcast, he's all losers.
Who, what's his face? What's his face for Microsoft? What's the guy? Bill Gates.
Bill
He'll be at the front
Gates.
door tomorrow. Aye, Big Bill.
With a COVID vaccine and a
Flying.
Xbox controller.
He'll be flying with his Xbox controller, playing like, this was charged last night, Kenny.
That's a thing. That's a thing on it. The military use Xbox controllers to fly their drones.
Very true, mate. Very true.
It's American built. I highly doubt they're going to use that
Right,
technology for US Army.
See, just before, I don't know what you're going to mention, Kenny, but I just wanted to know what the because we were talking about exclusive games. So, so I can only think of 2 PlayStation exclusive games that I've actually played. So, what's the ones for Xbox? Maybe take away. Well, in fact, include it in Forza because that's probably the main one. I would say
Halo.
That I've heard of.
Halo's probably the biggest franchise, and you've got Gears of War.
Right. Okay.
Was Gears of War? Was that exclusive?
Isn't it still going? They're still getting new games.
Oh man, I loved Gears of War. Did we play Gears of War online?
I think we did, back in the day. Back in 360. Gears of War 2, Gears of War 3, maybe?
I think it was 3. 3. Aye. Gears of War 3 was class, man.
Halo, which is bringing out a next-gen title that got delayed till next year. It's supposed to be a launch title, but they postponed it.
Halo, they've put January, February?
Something like that, aye. I'm not sure entirely when, but we don't have many.
Did I message you and say to you about Master Chief? No?
Aye, because I've got the controller holder.
No. See if you unscrewed the back of your Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's kind of at the top right-hand side. There's a wee inscribing to Master Chief's helmet.
Is there?
Aye, there you go, man.
Oh, might need it.
I've been holding that in for days. So you unscrew the back here. No, you need to unscrew. If you pop the back here off, I think it's your top right-hand side. I just watched what did they? What's it called? A teardown of the.
That's the thing, enough. When you get the box for the Xbox Series X, it has got a big Master Chief thing on the back here, so probably makes sense tying it all together.
I feel like the box was a bit.
They're trying to make it very much like Apple when you unbox something for Apple.
Very, very minimal and
very smooth.
The console's just
smooth.
lying there in front of you, and that's it done.
One thing I'd seen one of my mates had got it, and he put it on Twitter to say how fast it was first turning it on to actually get into a game, and honestly, it was like seconds,
instantaneous, man.
Sorry, go mate. On you go.
I was going to say the quick resume feature's quite good.
That's what's lacking with the PS, man, big time.
When you start a game up, you put a game in, you change your disc, then it takes how long it takes to start up a game, and you need to load in. But the Xbox will do up to 5 games, so it will remember the exact location where you were. So I would come out of Call of Duty and straight into FIFA, and even if I was midway through a game, it will take me right back into that game midway through. So you're not ever going to lose any save data for about 5 games, I think they say it can do it for.
I need that in my life.
Do you play 5 games?
No, I played 2, but because I've only got 2 because of fucking storage.
Aye.
So exclusives then. So Halo, I've seen one person play Halo, and I'm not going to lie, Halo and Gears of War in my cup of tea. So I wouldn't. But if they add the band, they're very popular.
I think you would enjoy it.
Gears of War doesn't do it for me.
Really. Gears of War was alright. It was good. I think it was nice, but I think Halo 3, I just feel they've never topped it. I just don't think they've ever been able to.
No, I think between Halo 3 and Call of Duty Modern Warfare, they came out roughly about the same time. Right. And I think that was 2007. I think Halo came out in September 2007. Call of Duty Modern Warfare was October 2007.
We need to be. I feel like I'm Jamie. I feel like I'm Jamie.
Have you want an actual date? I think Halo 3 I think was the 27th of September 2007.
Oh my god, it was Gav. 2 days. 2 days you missed it. 25th. Oh my god. 25th. I feel like Jamie and it was Alex Jones. I felt I was fact checking the guy who's banned for every platform in the world. I can't believe you got the month. I'd have just went with a month. But by God, how good was that game? That was amazing.
For me, that changed how I played games and how I thought games should be made.
It was frightening.
It was the first game I played online properly, and I thought it brought people together. That's when social gaming first hit, if that makes sense for me anyway.
That was the first time for me was Modern Warfare. That's the first time I ever played online, and I was like, fucking, because people used to talk about it
at the same time.
And I was like,
you picked a side, didn't you? You picked a side. That's it. You played Halo. Oh God. I've jumped the fence now. Like, it's classic Kenny, man. Used to be a Celtic fan as a wee boy. Rangers fan now. Aye. My old man pure forced me, pure like, Celtic. I was like, I'm interested in football. Go to primary 4.
You're still not interested in football?
All my pals, not aye. I've not all my pals in school at that time were playing football, and I'm like, one play, one. What team do you support? I don't know. What team do you support? Rangers. Oh, me too, man. Just want to be liked. You're stuck here, like, aye. One Rangers.
But see the PlayStation exclusive games. The only 2 that I had ever played was Uncharted and The Last of Us. But
The
again,
Last of Us, I've been told to play.
Fucking scary, man.
Too scared.
Honestly, it's
My mate was on the phone.
For me,
My mate was on the phone the other day because he's pure excited about like the PlayStation coming out, and he's pure like loving that I'm loving it and all that, and he's like, hey, you need to play Last of Us because that's free, and I'm like, Andy, I'm not doing it. He's like, no, it's only scary at bits, Andy. I don't want to be scared. I'm quite happy.
So are scary films, but you know it's coming.
Aye, and I don't want it to be. See a scary film, I can press pause and turn it off. A scary game, I don't know what's coming.
And you're never going to get by that bit. If you can't get by it, you're stuck.
Aye, remember
exactly.
Resident Evil 2?
Oh my god. Resident Evil is the fuck. I don't know if it's the newest one. I think it is. And I played that. It's fucking scary. Oh,
one of my mates played the entire thing in PS4 virtual reality, the whole thing.
My mate's got
horrible,
that.
Man.
We done it. We were drinking one night, and me and my missus, and he put it on, and obviously didn't tell her what was going to happen. And it was the very, very first scene. It's like you're captured by these like fucking hillbillies, and there's like this kind of guy chasing you around a house with a shovel, and it's fucking scary, man.
No need, like, man. Nah. No need for it. I remember when I just don't think VR's. We're 5 year off VR being quite compulsory when it comes to games. So quote me on that.
I remember when Xbox One was first coming out. Do you remember the Kinect sensor?
You got it for free, didn't you? You got it for free.
They were talking about using that to projection mapping on your wall. That would have been the first VR. That never happened.
That would have been very cool. But so PlayStation went quite big on it, and they had the wee things. And Jordan that you played fives with, Gav. I don't know if you know Jordan Grant, but anyway, it was up his one night.
Jordan in an arcade state, you mean?
Jordan in arcade state. Jordan who's very good at drumming. He bashed the drums. So I was up his, and he's like, try VR. I'm like, Jordan, no, because you got to put something scary on. He's like, no, I'll put you in a wee roller coaster. And I'm like, why would I want to be? So anyway, Dafty had VR on. So I try to try a scary game. I'm like, no. And it was like, right, you've been kidnapped. So I'm doing the game and been kidnapped. And I'm trying to walk about, and oh man, just petrified, actual sweating. Get this off, man. This is
roller coaster's fucking scary enough.
Because you can feel like there might have been a wee bit of like the introduction, maybe haptic feedback on the VR stuff. There was things behind me, and I'm feeling like I'm like, get this off. Scary, too scary. Not interested. Happy to feel like my hands don't need to be in a virtual world. But do you know who is very big on it? Joe Rogan.
Is it?
There's something called Sandbox in America, and you wear suits, and the suits give you haptic feedback. So it's something like zombies. You try to fight them off, and blah, 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 and eventually they get you. And when you see the hand coming towards you, you feel it in your suit. That's enough to give somebody a heart attack. And it's enough to give somebody like cardiac arrest, man. Like, I don't.
At what point do you, I come in for work and I'll go,
draw a line.
Quite fancy getting my cod. Like, what point do you go, I come in for work, I fancy getting ripped to shreds with zombies.
Aye. Oh, fancy getting my cod. Going to help me put my big suit on.
I feel I'll be the next thing. I'll be like, feel like you're getting shot or something. Mm-hmm. You're playing COD.
You're right, mate. It's immersive, innit? They don't want you to no play it. They want you to keep going. They want you to play forever. How's the loudness in Xbox Series X? How is it? Is it loud?
Quiet. Really, honestly, I've got it on there and I can't hear a thing. And this mic actually picks up all feedback. I can't.
Mate, we can't hear you.
Honestly, it's
compared to your last system. Compared to the last system,
Well,
Is
that's
it
the thing.
night
I
and day?
thought the Xbox One was quiet when it first started, and I don't know over time when it gets dust and dirt in it. I
Uh-huh.
think that's what makes it noisy. So I'm in no doubt. Maybe a year down the road it'll start making some noise, but it's silent at the moment, and it's really quite cool. It's not hot like an Xbox normally gets.
I feel my PlayStation's on for like 20 minutes. It's like fucking burns holes in my floor. Like.
I remember
Especially
that time it fell on your head. It's mad, innit? Just burnt a hole in the flare when it landed right in your head.
Aye.
What was I going to say there? Hold on. The Xboxes are going on fire.
So I've seen
Undeniable.
Microsoft issued a statement saying, "Please don't blow vape smoke into the vents."
Oof, like fuck, I've not got an Xbox yet.
So I did see there's like basically, I don't know, but is it worthwhile moving my laptop to show you the new Xbox?
Aye, go for it.
Oh, geez, a swatch, man.
Maybe
Aye.
a wee bit shifting a bit. I don't.
Do you know what I think is very, very cool about it? See, the vents are like concaved, so it goes like
Aye.
it goes for that like that, and they're all painted green, so it looks as if it's got a light and
Right,
inside
okay.
it, pretty snazzy.
You can't see it at night. It doesn't light up. It's
I
disappointing.
don't know.
But I'll just move this a wee bit.
There you go, mate. Big black
That's
cube,
it there.
Big box.
big box,
Aye,
big
that's it.
box. Don't turn it right side. Don't scratch your disc.
No.
Um,
But it's basically it's got a wee tiny vent in the back here. It's about the size of a bank card. And I think that's what they're saying. People are blowing smoke into it to make the fan suck it out that way. Make it look like a chimney.
All right.
Oh, that would look pretty sexy, right? That video, right?
That's pretty much it. It is literally a box.
Aye.
Aye,
I think PlayStation have really went for art, haven't they? They're looking for that. I think they look
Aye.
very artistic. Also, making it a bit
Also
bigger
cheaper.
helps with cooling it a lot.
You'd think that, but I've actually watched
Well-
a breakdown and they've got a cheaper system to cool it.
But liquid
Oh.
metal.
See if that leaks, your console's ruined.
But it's not going to leak.
You don't
be
know
a
that.
pessimist.
Liquid metal under any sort of pressure, you don't know what will happen.
See, I don't know anything about any of this stuff.
But you don't work with liquid metal, so what do you know about it? Like you
You used to be an engineer, mate.
No,
There you
no. And at what point did you work with liquid metal?
I've never worked with
How
liquid.
often?
But that's beside the
Never.
point.
Aye. See, hitting somebody with that. Oh, engineer, isn't I? Wait.
Used to be.
So
Aye, but
what's the Xbox cool? Is that just a fan system?
It's just a regular fan system, but the way they've constructed it in layers to try and keep the console small, it's made it slightly more expensive. I'm not saying it's any better, but it's made it slightly more expensive.
I saw somebody done a sound and also temperature test of the consoles, and they done the same game. So they done God of War, done the same game, put it at the same mode, so you could hear and also see the temperature of them. You're splitting hairs, man. You're
Aye.
splitting hairs. And it also, I think, with the PlayStation, the guy was saying you're better standing it upright.
Right.
Just with like the fans at the top. So
It's got
pulling-
fans either side,
Uh-huh.
so you'd
It's
have
just-
one
it's just
fan
one-
basically
It's one
trapped.
big. It's one big fan. So a big, huge fan. So it's pulling everything up and getting it out. Same as the Xbox. The Xbox pulls the fans pulling it out at the top. But I feel as if they went for style, and then also they've gave themselves the opportunity to also progress, so they can go, see that system you bought there? We can make that smaller. Xbox is, man, you're struggling to make something like that a bit smaller. Like how do you, like where do you go for there?
I don't know. It's not pretty to look at. It's just a.
I mean, it depends.
black
Beauty is in the
box.
eye of the beholder, isn't it? Like,
It's simple and it would go unnoticed.
Aye.
aye,
It's nothing special to look at. I mean, the one gripe I have about it is paying a lot of money for it. I'd like something a bit more stylish, but I guess it's just a box to hold the
come on,
contents
man,
at the
it's
end
just.
of the day.
Aye,
I'd
it's
have liked
more
that. I'd have liked a reshaped controller. I love this controller, but something a wee bit
something
design.
What do you want, man? This is where people are getting a wee bit
I
arsy.
know.
No,
'Cause
no,
this-
I'm the
so
same
what-
as Grant though, because
No, man.
no, 100%.
I'm more about
'cause
functionality. If it's if it's
I know, but
fucking
I've been using the same. I've essentially been using the same controller for nearly 10 years.
Exactly. You want,
so you must
I
be
agree.
very
You want-
good at using it.
No, but even if it was the same controller, but it was a different design, or there was something different on the controller to make
Aye.
it seem different.
Just some
'Cause
shapes.
Like
flung
you're
about.
saying, you're paying all this money for the pretty much. Obviously, there's benefits to it, massive
But you
benefits
don't.
for the
But you
previous
don't need.
console. Wait a minute.
Sorry.
Massive benefits for the previous console. So I agree that if the PlayStation 5 came and it was just a smaller version of the PS4, or if it was a bigger version or a different shape, like, I would be a wee bit disappointed.
Right, so
Sorry, Kenny.
no. Hey, love it. Well, Sci-Fi and Andy Halliday there, man. Jesus Christ.
Nearly arguing.
Another thing
big
as well I was looking forward to was, your dashboard when you first switch on the console.
Mm-hmm.
They updated the Xbox One about a month ago, and that exact dashboard is what they've used in the new console. So the two consoles are quite close aligned.
Similar.
So it's no a new system for me when I come in there. I was like, well, I want something new and shiny.
Is it still like you turn the console and it goes like, and it's like home, like that sort of noise? Quite a satisfying like.
No, not so much, because I've got the quick on function, which means the console is going into like a standby mode, just so when you press it on, it just boots up into like your home screen straight away. That saves you time, doesn't really do it.
You can do it with PlayStation 4, mate. No, not really anything new here. I can put it on standby mode. What I was trying to get at there is, see what the new Xbox, you can still use the Xbox previous controller.
Mm-hmm.
So if anything, you're saving yourself money, or does it come with a controller anyway?
This is the controller that actually comes in the box. The one that regular black one. That comes in the box, and the only difference is they've made this completely smooth, no cutouts. D-pad's changed for games like Mortal Kombat, where it's got a diagonal kind of directional buttons, so they're easy to hit, for what I can tell. And
what about haptic feedback? Any haptic?
Well, this always had extra rumbles in the grips. I think it's got 2 in each grip, and it's had pulse triggers for the past 4 or 5 years. So you feel the feedback through the triggers, but haptic feedback is a thing that doesn't exist in this.
The thing that annoys me about controllers is the price of them. Like, even for a PS4 controller, it's like still like 45 quid.
Yeah. See the PlayStation controller I've got. Remember the PS1, the kind of grey, kind of classic looking PlayStation controller. That's what well, I've no got. That's what Andy gave me when it. See, if I went on Paul's nephew asked for a linear controller one it because he had a few pals staying over, and I'm like, it's not really mine. So I was like, so if we break it, I'll check the price of it. 100 quid for that controller, because it's like an
it's
exclusive
limited edition. They released the PS4 in the PS1 grey colour.
Aye. So because when I looked at it, I was like, oh man, that's pure nostalgia. So I thought, when I was like, right, we'll get rid of the PS4, we'll trade it in with that controller. I'm getting about £170 back easy. Put it in, and the guy went, right, so the PlayStation matched the colour of the controller. I was like, no, it's like the limited edition PlayStation 1 grey. He was like, it doesn't match. You get £70 for it all. I was like, mate, I can go on eBay and get more than that for just the controller. He was like, yeah, it needs to match. I was like, fuck off, dick.
You'd be better going buying a black controller to match it and selling the grey controller.
Aye. I just saying to my mate, if you get 2 pads, can I borrow that? Because don't want to buy one. That's silly. Buying them. Come on. Right, what else? Because PlayStation's obviously the best, isn't it? Like, how is COD? Because I've had my guy that keeps coming up handy. Did you get COD for the PS4, Gav? The new one, Cold War? No. So he got it for PS4, because he's under the illusion that you don't need to pay anything to update and upgrade to the PS5 version. I've heard different, nevertheless. Grant, you got COD on Friday?
I got COD on Friday.
Tell me about it.
And as I was saying to Gav earlier, just on kind of that note, they're making the same disc for the old and new Xbox. So it'll say Xbox Series X optimised and Xbox One. So same game will work on both. Just with that
both consoles.
Right.
Okay.
How is it though? Like,
when I look at videos, like when I was looking at videos, I thought, I don't like the look of the actual gameplay, like the shooting and stuff.
It feels a wee bit more like Battlefield games.
Right.
It feels a wee bit more realistic in a sense. I know it's Call of Duty. It's always got that wee bit of
realism.
It's only got 5 or 6 6v6 maps in the game.
Right.
It's no great on the map choice at the box. It's no good, in my opinion anyway. There's some good maps and some crap maps out of every COD, but you've only got 6 to choose for. Whereas normal COD games come like 10 or a dozen.
See, we use our saying maps there. I have no idea. Is that
multiplayer?
so?
Multiplayer maps.
What is the difference between that and Warzone now?
Well, Warzone's this one massive area.
It's an entity. Is Warzone completely?
The cool thing about that is in the Modern Warfare game, a lot of those multiplayer maps are small sections of the Warzone map. Yeah. So you could run through them and you go, I played this earlier on a 6v6. It's the same idea with Cold War. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, you still use the same Warzone game you've got downloaded to play Warzone. So that's no changed. I think there might be changes within the game to reflect Cold War, but I've not played it yet, so I wouldn't know. But in terms of the standard online multiplayer, so there's only 6 multiplayer maps, which is quite a poor selection. But I think there's more coming out in 24th with Nuketown coming back, which will be good.
I can guarantee you the PlayStation will get many of the maps before.
I said that to Gav earlier as well. PlayStation have got timed exclusives.
Timed exclusives. Also, have you played the campaign at all? No? Did you say you have?
No, yet. Nah, I've not tried it yet.
That's what I heard was a big letdown. So,
oh really?
Don't bother. I don't know. Andy's quite COD daft, so
I love the campaigns on COD.
He's like, I complete the campaign in 6 hours. Take that with a pinch of salt.
Sounds about right.
To be fair, I was going to say
normal campaign times are about 6 to 8 hours standard now.
Aye. Well, there you go. So it's absolutely bang on point then. You talk to a guy who plays Fortnite, so aye, there you go. It's absolutely on point.
I've never. Sorry, I'm just going to talk about Fortnite. I still don't see the appeal in it at all, man. That for me,
to be fair, right? See,
what is this?
See the past 3 or 4 times I've had the opportunity to play it. It is just wee guys, right? Their voice is going to be hello. Like, used to be guy, mate. But he's level 174, so he's obviously very good at the game.
It's very good, or they're just on it constantly.
But then they can't be that level for just being on it, and it does become a bit addictive. Like, I got a wee solo win, frightening at it. I'll be taking Ninja half his wee throne soon. Grant, do you know who Ninja is? Aye.
Oh, I know Ninja is. Aye.
He's the big gamer, isn't he? Aye.
Well done, mate. Well done. So I don't know, man. It might be a wee career path. We extra earner at some point. I mean,
Amer's podcast streaming on YouTube. Game streaming.
Aye. I think I might start it on Friday, mate.
Special guest Grant. Once we get out of lockdown.
Aye. It's a SBG Grant. Here he comes. Xbox loser. Just turn it off, mate. We're into my house. I've got 2 haptic feedback controllers. Can he come in? Stay at the door. Stay at the window. You go to the window. But no, like I've committed, and I'll say it here whilst we're recording. I've committed to getting COD. I'm going to make a big effort with it.
Good.
Because I'm a grown adult, so I should be playing games that absolutely everybody I talk to,
mate,
apart from Paul's nephew. That's the
COD this year's expensive though.
Oh, I'll just download the free Warzone game. I'll certainly
the new COD.
I'll not be. Do you know me?
I was a bit shocked when I picked up the new COD. It was.
I have. Aye.
Much is it?
I paid £70 for it.
70.
Oh, stocks must be doing all right, Did you buy a virtual or did you buy the disc?
I bought a disc. I like having a disc. I don't know why.
It's good getting nostalgia for people.
Got to do if you break it, but
I know.
But if you've already got it on the console, then
it should be fine.
You should be right.
Oh, actually, because I download it, I suppose.
Aye. What else am I looking at here? I mean, I think you're really splitting hairs when it comes to consoles. The two of them are very
think
good.
The only thing I would say is the Xbox is a bit up on power. No, to the average gamer, it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. You're talking a side-by-side comparison, 2 seconds of loading time.
Have you seen the...
It's nothing.
I know that this is the flagship game with Spider-Man Miles Morales. The Fidelity mode, it's called. When it's no, what were they calling it? It wasn't frame rate. It was something else.
Resolution?
No.
Because both consoles are capable up to 8K, 120 FPS, but you need a monitor that's going to be able to put that out, or else it's pointless.
Aye. So what they're saying, what they've tried to compare both consoles to is a PC gaming sort of setup.
Yeah.
What they're saying is, well, if you were to take this and compare it to a PC gamer, like you're getting a hell of a good console for very, very cheap.
Mhm.
But your only difference is like, what was there was something that the PlayStation doesn't do. It was like 1440p or something like that. It was such a
It's just a
strange
resolution.
resolution. It was such a strange. What is 8K resolution?
8K is 8,000 pixels on screen.
So that's far better,
4K
isn't
is
it?
similar. It depends because again, I don't know. It all depends really on what game you're playing and what it can output. Because there's going to be games that the Xbox and PS will advertise it can do 8K. There's no games that can do 8K. You need you're going to end up spending about $4,000 on a TV that can do an 8K output. You're going to need 144 hertz, which is expensive again to get.
I'm annoyed because
a lot of people get 4K TVs, but the 4K TVs are becoming more affordable now. But you really need at least a 4K TV that's got 144 hertz and its display that will do anything for these two consoles. Or else, like, I'm running.
Would you see that?
Nice big butt there, eh?
Sorry, Trips. I thought I'd done that. I thought I called it.
I've got an ultra high def TV, but it's no showing what the Xbox can do. So I need to invest in a good monitor that'll at least do 4K.
Pure call me out there, man. Sorry. Fair play you have, man. Well done, you, man. I was trying to find out what it's like frame rate. Your frame rate's still 30 FPS when it comes to fidelity mode, but when you walk up to windows, mirrors, there's reflection. I cannot remember for the life of me what it's called. But I call it some. And it turns out that the PS5 is very good at holding that and sustaining it. But if you're looking for performance mode,
latency, will it?
Latency, maybe it.
There you go.
Let's go with it because it's a good word. And you've done well. So it's if you walk up to any sort of shop window, mirror, front door, you can see a reflection yourself. It's pretty fucking difficult to replicate in a game because then they'll need to load you twice. But if you went to performance mode for when you're web slinging through New York, it's preloading everything for you, so it's no pixelated when you land. It's all pretty clear, smooth, slick. I think it's hard to do. It's hard in a game. It's hard in a game to do such a thing. I mean, I try to think of a game in the Xbox where you don't get Spider-Man. So
well, here's a way to think about it. Can you remember? So as we mentioned, our sponsor Steve at Sphere McDonald Hodge Media.
Sphere McDonald Hodge, we're doing good. That's really good.
I had he does photo restoration, right, Grant, and my mum had given me some photos to give to Steve to restore. So they're basically like black and white pictures, old, like ripped, cut, all that kind of stuff. And he brings them back to, like, honestly, fucking outstanding. Like, it looks like as if you've just taken it, but it's still old.
You would never know. You wouldn't know.
But there was one of them. For my mum, it was like the way it was like a kind of old photo booth type picture, and one of them, she had one eye, but you couldn't see her other eye because of the shadow, so it was just dark. So and he replicated that eye, flipped it round, put it in, then done his wee bits and bobs, right? It was unbelievable. So that's the only thing I can kind of maybe try. Look the amount of time it took him to try and get that perfect. Imagine doing that in a full game.
In a game where you're moving.
It's happening at random as well.
It's that random Spider-Man moves really fast when he's got a wee web. He flies real fast. So, it's pretty cool, man. I'm trying to remember a Spider-Man game I played, and I just don't really remember ever playing it. I don't remember.
I've only ever played one.
I don't remember playing one. Good, to be fair. Oh my god! Look at that! How amazing is that?
That's going to forward make your lineup.
Do you know? Oh, don't say that. They're making a hotel in Manchester.
Brewdog Hotel, are they?
Heard you here first.
Where'd you hear it? reading somewhere.
Google. It just came up in my Google feed. Man, weird things. Right.
That was something I wanted to ask you, but if you're going to continue my game chat,
No,
I've got something.
no. Happy to move on. We found out the PlayStation is the best. Far more attractive system, better controller.
I think if you're going to play Call of Duty or FIFA, it's not going to matter what one you get. It's really not going to make a difference.
You're completely splitting hairs. I've not played the new Xbox, but I did prefer an Xbox controller. I felt like at times I'm struggling. What is this? Just very sorry, Gav.
No, you go, mate.
People play it. It's called Claw.
Aye.
Mate, I know I'm doing this with my horns and looking pure weird.
Have you seen it before? Do you know what it is?
Did you use your
index fingers? Bring all your fingers up. Index fingers on the sticks.
Do you play it like that? Is that what you do, Grant?
No, so that's kind of like the claw there. Thumb on.
Look. So you use your finger for pressing like square, X, triangle, circle, or X, Y, B, A.
Aye.
Oh my god.
Look, right. So that's a thing. This is a complete thing. Aye.
Aye, the claw. Aye.
So this finger, your pointing finger, is used to press the 4 kind of action buttons on the controller. But I found that the Xbox controller just felt better. You felt like you're holding
it's
something.
The size. It's because of this. Like it's just the start.
The best way to control it is see if you're a kid, if you're a child, a PlayStation controller fits you a lot better. If you're a fully grown person, an Xbox controller suits you. It's the only two ways to go. Aye, we've nailed that, and that should go global. Because I've not heard anybody else say that. So, Gav, what are you going to say?
Well, I was going to move on to a bit of beer chat because I know Grant likes his beer as well.
Oh, he loves it.
So
I've got a few questions, but you ask a question because I'm drinking beer now.
Right, it's quite a long question, so I'm going to ask both of you anyway. But
you can still do it fine.
Well, it might be quick actually, but Grant, I'll say you first then. So I was thinking about last time you were talking about different beers and you had your keg. What's yours called again?
The Sub.
So what's your? I was going to say what's your 5 favourite beers, but then
on that machine or just in general?
just in general. But then I don't know if we should say 5 favourite drinks or 5 favourite beers, because I was trying to think of 5 beers that I really like, and I was like, I don't really want to say that.
Maybe like 2 or 3.
So either or, 5 favourite beers or 5 favourite drinks.
I'll do a half and half probably. Favourite beers, I think I like a beer Moretti.
Kenny likes a Moretti.
I like a Moretti. I like a Terence. Can he beat a Terence? It could be Terence. Can he beat it?
Has to be freezing though.
Oh, aye, has to be aye.
See this warm shit.
I can't drink it that I can either. Can I do it? I try what other kind of lagers is nice on draft. But I like a Budweiser on draft. I think there's just something about it when you're getting out drafts. Lovely.
Aye, they sell that in the hotel in our work, in the bar. And I've never really been a fan of Budweiser, but I got it on draft and it was a lot nicer.
Aye, much nicer.
I don't like it out of bottles. It's not my...
Nah. I think it's alright, but I definitely on draft it's a lovely pint. Apart from that, I'm not a massive fan in lagers. Always, if there's a beer Moretti or a Terence, that's what I'll go to.
You'll go to. Aye.
I like...
hold on. Did you get the... Is it the Rosa? The
beer Moretti La Rosa.
La Rosa, did you get that?
Rosa. Nah, never. I've not used my machine in a while. I used it Saturday night for the first time in a while.
Mine's is right there. I've not used it in a while, actually. Hold on, I'll tell you the last keg that I had for it. It was when we did a podcast.
Me and the missus done a wee keg of dark fruits on Saturday night.
Oh,
dark fruits.
Romantic night in with a keg machine, a wee dark fruits.
It was lovely.
Oh, see when you leave a keg in there too long, it's all pure syrupy.
Gets all sticky and all that.
I'll try to find out what this is. Hold on, I'll tell you. Here's Kenny emptying his keg machine live.
It sounded like you're fucking emptying your gerbil cage. What was that noise?
Oh, it was my bottle.
Paul.
Oh, was it your bottle?
Have you not got the wee magnets that you can stick to the front of the machine? Tells you what lager you've got on it.
No, I just like to use it to drink. Come on.
You can't remember what you had though.
That was, do you know what it was? What's the Belgian beer you get? It's a pure high percentage. It was
Affligen?
Belgian. Affligen. Aye, that's what it was. Big belter, 7%. One of them, didn't you?
Wee
But
Belgian
I
blonde.
have Belgian blonde. I've got a Moretti, 1 keg only. So I've got left. I need to get myself a wee ordering because pandemic.
Oh, I think I've got 3 sitting there. I think I've got a Desperado and an
Oh,
Amstel and something
I'm
else.
onto the Desperado. The Desperado's nice.
Desperado.
I just feel it's dead flat when you get it through the keg. I think but it's more drinkable. It's easy to drink through that. But anyway,
I don't think it tastes as nice. I bought them and didn't like it.
Nah, I know, I agree. But you need to drink it because,
Aye.
spend pennies on it. 5 favourites. So you had your
Beer and
Moretti,
and a Tenants.
You had
A Bud
Budweiser
on draft. And then what I really like is I like bourbon whiskies. That's my go-to drink. I would take that over a beer.
Oh, really?
bourbon. So
Jack
Beam?
Daniels, but Jack Daniels is the pish at the lot.
What about Jack Daniels honey?
No fan.
Jim Beam honey?
Nah, I like the Jim Beam Red Stag. That's good.
That's nice. That is nice. I've had that a
what I
few
do
times.
like is I like Bullet and a Buffalo Trace.
Need to try. Oh, Buffalo Trace is one Joe Rogan talks about all the time, Kenny.
Buffalo Trace is lovely.
They sent him bottles of it.
I wish I had that
Buffalo
kind of
Trace is
culture
really
about me.
He swears
That
by it.
culture.
Buffalo Trace is lovely. So Bullet's up there
It's
as well.
because he moved to Texas and all. Oh, Buffalo, Texas, come on. Joe Rogan's a man. Kidding on. Kidding. Right, Gav, 5 favourite drinks. Let's hear it.
You go next.
No, you come on.
Because you're still trying, can't you? So
No. I would say favourite drinks is Brewdog Everest Juice, Brewdog Punk IPA, frightening, love it. I do enjoy specifically the Peel in Drumchapel, ice cold pint of Tenants. I swear to God, I don't think you'll ever get a better pint anywhere when
In
it
the
comes to
Peel?
Tenants. In the Peel, mate, I swear to
Oh,
God.
Jesus.
And I'm telling you.
Did you get a free bulletproof vest with that?
No, you get a free shot of bullet that bourbon you spoke about.
just
You get a free pool
vest.
cue. You get a free pool cue, and if you can fight your way out, well done.
Right, 3.
I like
next.
I very, very much enjoy an espresso martini.
Oh,
Very nice, isn't it? Hey, live audience.
looking for approval there.
And see when it comes to Christmas time, I like a coffee with Baileys. Pure enjoy it. Tasty beverage, man.
Nice.
Also perks you up a wee bit if you're struggling. So
And what give a wee
I've
Baileys coffee?
had that a couple of times. Nipped out of the bar, shot of Baileys, nip out of Starbucks. Right, Gav,
There you go.
you've had more than enough time.
I know. I just realised I was even thinking there because I was fucking asking you.
You were doing this with your fingers.
I know. Do you know? I started doing that because I seen you do it one day. He was counting to 5 and he done that, and I was like,
You can't
Why is he
do
counting
that.
that?
You can't
and
do
then I was
that.
like,
You can't do that
What?
unless you start like that. I find that weird. I like that different, mate. Left-handed, isn't I?
maybe that's fine.
Stick with it.
I would go. I would probably go Elvis Juice as well. I don't think you can really beat that, man. Like,
Grant,
What is
you
it?
had
Was
Elvis
just
juice.
a question.
It's
No.
a brewdog. It's a brewdog.
Is it what?
Kind of IPA.
no,
Grapefruit,
it's
I think.
grapefruit.
No, I think I've tried it. I didn't like it.
Nah.
Oh,
I'm not.
yeah.
I'm not into cocktails.
was one of you? Look at him drinking a big, massive 3-litre gallon of water and a peppermint tea, man. Shut up. Cocktails. Kick him at this right. I'm gone, man. First guest bumped.
Right, so Elvis Juice. What's it?
Just to have the balls to say that, man.
I like it. I like it.
I know. I
Elvis Juice, and then I'd probably say, just because I've been drinking it constantly, Guinness. Fucking love it. Then go after that. I love a pint of Stella.
Same.
I'll
same.
be that. I like
much.
a pint.
It's cold. Oh.
My old man got the perfect draft machine, Grant.
Oh.
So just so happened that it all married in together that me and Paul went went down to my folks' house. We took my wee girl down, and in fact, we went to pick her up because she was there for the full day, and they had that perfect draft machine there.
Try it.
Pure coincidence. Had a wee Corona keg in it.
Right.
So see the perfect draft machine, Gaff. It comes in 6 litre kegs.
6 litre.
It's from the source. So this keg came from Mexico.
Right.
My God, it was beautiful. So good.
Different, right?
So a bottle of Corona is sorry. Sorry, I'm very gassy at the moment. As anybody who can see and also maybe hear. But I think a Corona is very smooth, very nice, very crisp. That pint for that keg was like a different beer. It was weird because I was going down there. We had kind of prejudgment to it, thinking it's got to be shite, man.
It's going to be Corona, right?
It's got to be Corona, man. You're paying £30 for a keg, and you're only getting 10 pints of it. So you're paying £3 odd for a pint. You get that from the pub.
How many litres has your one get kind of in yours?
2.
So is it 2 litres?
6
litres.
You get a bigger one, no way. 8 litres, the Blade.
The Blade, but you don't get the same amount of beers though.
Nah, you only get like 4 on it.
Aye. So with the perfect draft, you might know it, Gav. You might know it, but the German Brauhaus in the Toon.
Aye, I do know that.
In Glasgow City Centre, they do like Hogarden.
Budvar.
They do a few different versions of it, and they do like a kind of, it's a rosy beer. It's like kind of like a pint beer. So the perfect draft does that as well. So that's kind of they do like beers for in the world. I think it's Beer Hawk. I think that's where you get it for.
There's a good deal on them in it as well. Actually, it's £200 for the machine and a keg.
A machine and a keg.
And a keg, through their website. That was pretty decent.
If they want to get in contact with us, we're more than happy to sit here and get pissed and talk about it. But Stella, I love a Stella. Sorry, Gav, I know I've pure went but I find a Stella is...
It's my go-to in a pub. Like, see if I've not got...
See if I don't know the pub, see if they're not serving... See if I'm not on the peel, I'm not getting a pint of tenants anywhere else. When I go to any other pub, if I go, I'm not sure about that. Stella, you know you've got a good beverage. Also, only 4 ingredients in a Stella.
What are they?
I would say water, hops, maize, and barley. That's it. That's what I would say.
There you go.
I'm going to Google it quickly.
Right, I'll tell you my 4th then. Where you go?
You tell your 4th, and I'll find the ingredients.
My 4th one, Kenny. I think this might be another Brewdog one, but I had it in. We had the St Luke's.
It's no Brewdog.
East End.
St Luke's. No. Aye.
You ever heard it, Grant? I know you're in Edinburgh.
No.
It's an old church converted into a pub, and it's like really nice. So I went in one night for dinner, and they've got a beer called Clockwork Tangerine.
I've heard of that.
It's unbelievable. Because it tastes like beer, but it's as if somebody's just done that with an orange, like right in it.
We buy a cocktail again.
Aye.
Here he goes, man. Mate, this isn't your podcast. You can't do it. Right, I'll tell you quickly the ingredients. Hops, malted barley, maize, and water.
There you go.
Spot on the money there,
Right on the ball, boy.
Well
Clockwork Tangerine.
Very good.
For some odd reason, I'd never tasted it, right? Because I'm an alky, so I use taste all the beers. Paula went out and I think it was to get her nails done or something like that, and she was getting into Morrison's. I think, can you pick me up a few beers? Just fill up a few beers. And she's like, aye, right. And she picked up these beers and then put them in the freezer, and then done her shopping. Picked them up at the end of the shopping. Absolute legendary move. Aye.
It's a great move.
That's a good show. It's amazing. It's pure class. Never heard it in my life. Never thought it. So she came in with 4 Elvis juice and 4 Clockwork Orange. And I'm like, Clockwork Orange. I'm creature of habit. What's that? Tried it. 4 of them. Poof, gone, man. Unbelievable. Frightening. It's the ABV of them as well. They're no like the Punk IPA used to be. I know we're going down the road of beers and we've done it before. And you know, this used to be like a 6% beer.
Right. What
It
is
is
it? 4.6 of them?
I think it's a 5. I think it's a 5.6. So it's not as if they've reduced it massively, but it did used to be a lot stronger. But as popularity grown to get it to the masses, they've maybe had to reduce it.
Aye. It's probably certain countries or whatever that they ship it to probably got different fucking laws, so it's cheaper just to
taxes
make
and stuff.
it all.
So
Aye.
if we make it all this and then we're all paying the same price.
Aye.
But how many beers do you order? So
said Stella, Clockwork Tangerine, Elvis Juice, and Guinness. So I've got one more, and I would probably go with a single malt whiskey like Glenfiddich or
you like a
Glenmorangie or
whiskey?
something like a whiskey. Aye. That's it.
Good choices, all right. Aye.
Aye.
No, Grant. Don't do not sit there and slag about 7 of the choices of 10 drinks for us, and then go, no, guys, no, we're done now. The wallop.
What's your favourite cocktail, Grant?
Probably a Southern Rock because it's got bourbon in it.
Fucking cocktails.
Aye. Whiskey on the rocks for me. Gav, what about you, mate?
Oh no, a whiskey sour. Whiskey sour.
Oh, whiskey sour is class. Have you tried a amaretto sour? I don't know if you like your Disaronno or anything
I
like
do,
that.
but I've never tried one.
Oh, honest to God, it's unreal. You tried it, Ken?
What is in that? What is in a sour?
It's Disaronno. Is it lemon juice, sugar syrup, and something else?
It sounds tasty.
It's really, really good.
Nah, it's good.
I think they put egg. I think they put egg white in it as well, Grant.
I've seen some like that. I try and avoid that though where I can.
Salmonella. No, definitely don't. Do you know what I'd love? Here. Listen, Trips, I'll get around in. Salmonella for everybody. But I'm assuming the alcohol in the drink kills off any bacteria. Is that what we're saying here?
It's probably been like fucking like whisked. If you think about making
But
how
good's that intelligence to even think of that? That's pretty cool. Come on. Who else is thinking of that?
Somebody's probably
Is it though?
thinking,
It is.
Try this.
Oh, the guy that invented it is just dafty. Aye.
So they talk about the egg white thing.
Aye, I'm thinking
right.
personally.
I thought you meant just make the
the
drink.
alcohol in the beverage. Oh, the person that's created it is just. Let's go viral. Aye, that's just pretty cool. Right, Grant.
Right,
I just want to get the nuts and bolts of things now. See me flipping pages, looking important. That's it.
They're all empty, aren't they? He's just buying himself time, Grant.
Just going. This guy said I take cocktails for drinks, but it's just get rid of him. Get this out of me.
You've really had a spot with him, Grant, eh?
I know. Ruffled his feathers the other night. I'm not be getting asked back.
Man.
Nobody back for a third.
You know, no, there's no match balls here. There's like, right. So we already went through the whole. Well, let's talk about the election quickly. Let's go through the election because I might know somebody who watched it and watched it every day. What's your thoughts? Big Donald Trump's toys well at the pram.
Oh, aye.
But he's tried to get them back a bit going, well, I have lost. But he's not conceding.
Aye.
You've lost, mate. And
you've lost, you've conceded in that case.
If you're admitting you've lost, it does not come hand in hand with conceding.
I would say so.
Right. So, talk to me. You're CNN daft.
Aye. But
what I'm saying is, so, what do you think? Do you think things have been rigged? Do you think Donald Trump's just a big huffy wee guy?
I think it's he's a huffy wee guy.
Do you think it's good for America? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's good that?
I think it's better because it's got implications for us.
In what sense?
Because we're an American ally.
We've been an ally for the last 4 years, but so.
Aye, but there's always that threat that Trump was going to come in and make a deal to take the NHS private. That might still happen. It might no. There's less of a chance, I think, happening with Biden than there was with Trump. It could still happen, but that was always a threat.
But how could he make that private? How can a guy who doesn't control
Boris Johnson?
What do you think, Boris Johnson?
They strike up a deal. They were close. They two, by all accounts. I don't know my Big Bojo's number to ask him the question, but by all accounts they were.
Hold on. Go with me.
Oh, I thought you were going to say I didn't have it either.
Boris. Oh no, I know you're in isolation. Were you making the NHS private? Right. Just Grant's here saying that you and Donald were quite close to it. Can you explain that a bit further? No. Right. You've got to go. Right. Right. He's saying you're talking shite. I'm just saying.
Oh no, I'm not saying it would have happened.
No,
But there was obviously all the rumours that could have happened because they two were quite close. They wanted to make ties with each other. It makes, from a business perspective, they're going to make millions of two of them.
I agree, but I also think that these things need to be passed when it comes to the UK. It needs to be passed by so many people.
Tories would vote it in.
100%.
Just because
they've got the majority.
Tories are for the rich, and
they've got the majority in the House of Commons, so they'd pass any law they see fit. They've got that majority to put it through. And it's the same with Donald Trump's party. They hold the state senate, the Congress, so they've got enough members there to put any law through.
Do you listen to Joe Rogan? Did you ever?
No, really, nah.
No, because you're a smart man. So,
when I say that,
I know, because you should listen to Joe Rogan. He is really good. But no, I thought that he had somebody on. It was Alex Jones, but who's the other thing? Tim Dillon. Is that, am I right, Gav? Tim Dillon.
Aye, Tim Dillon's been on it. Aye,
Tim Dillon. So it was him, Tim Dillon, Alex Jones, and they were all kind of just talking. But a lobbyist. So somebody like Joe Biden will have people who lobby for this and that and X, Y, and Z, and outsiders will bring this company saying, "Oh, this company's really good. This company's really," but they're getting paid by that company to mention it. But Donald Trump's that wealthy that he didn't have any lobbyists. It was just him funding his campaign and him doing the best for what he thought was right. But then Alex Jones and Tim Dillon were going, well, lobbyists don't go away. Like the person who's Donald Trump's right hand man's then getting contacted by 50 different companies saying, we'll give you 1 million, 5 million, 10 million, 20 million. If you mention your company and saying that we're very good for doing 5G or we're very good for whatever company comes towards, and that's where people thought that the fall would maybe happen because he's taking that from a personal perspective as opposed to a lobbyist who you kind of know when somebody's going, well, I mean, free Jordan, all right, isn't he? Like, give them the 5G network, or a wee Chinese guy who he grew up with if he was 10 is now 50 and goes, Huawei's really good. If you've got a Huawei phone, why don't we let them do 5G or the UK and America? Because Huawei were blocked for their 5G network. Because apparently they were stealing data for absolutely everybody who was using their network. So they get data points for absolutely everybody. Like me, I'm a Huawei phone.
Huawei have got the rights to all the 38 episodes of the podcast now.
I know exactly. And every single comment, every single decibel of the podcast that's ever been said, which is good because we might get heard in China, Gav.
There we go.
But that's where I feel that, well, Donald Trump was good in a sense because he didn't have 50 people in his ear saying, these 50 companies are good.
He didn't have 50 people in his ear saying anything was good, but what he did have was if Donald Trump said something was good and it wasn't, all his advisors go, you're right, big man, aye. When some of his stuff was absolutely horrible. I think so, because for what I heard when it was kind of known that he was going to lose the election, he still thought he was going to win it, and nobody round about him would tell him, you're not going to win this.
It's hard to argue with that.
Which, Grant, see, because you said that you had CNN on at work pretty much every day. What is the whole... Is one of them kind of far-right views and one's far-left, like CNN and Fox News? What is the difference between the two of them?
I didn't watch much of Fox, but CNN never came out and outright said this is who they're supporting, but you could tell they were heavily Biden.
Right.
And 75% of the people that were on the show, the panellists, were no anti-Trump as such, but just heavily in Biden's favour.
Aye. Because I always wonder when they talk about that, like the difference.
Aye. But wait, this would probably be good to explain just for anybody who might listen to it. Do you know the difference between far right and far left?
I
I
feel
know a little bit, but not too much. Like left is more socialist, I think, if that's right.
So like a
it was in,
socialist
it was in,
who's
it was in the
for
Great Hack, wasn't
equality
it,
and
Kenny?
for everybody to
Aye.
be the same, and
Yeah.
there's no point in having somebody better than somebody else.
Aye, well, that's the complete opposite of the far right. So, like, you have your
And then
class
the
and you'll
far
stay
right,
there.
and the far right man, elitists,
Aye.
and
Yeah.
right. So
Almost communism, but not quite.
Aye.
that's as close to without calling
Aye,
it.
without crossing the line.
Which
Yeah.
there's pros and cons for both, and they're really like.
I think that everything's got its. I mean, you can't say Donald Trump's not come in and done better for the economy because he has. I think he's improved the economy in America a little bit. I mean, there's been more jobs created the time he's been in. Well, that's a direct effect of him. I don't know, but you'd probably say it would be.
Aye, he's got to have some influence anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Aye.
for it to happen. That's the thing. Like, because there's a lot of people saying, because Donald Trump, I think he tweeted to say he's now going to be leaving the US because Biden's going to be president, and a lot of people saying he's moving to Scotland.
Oh mate, he's so
Wouldn't
moving here, man.
me. Wouldn't
I'm getting fine book. We should every 3 years. You play golf, didn't you? Didn't you?
I used to play quite a lot.
Get a clubs dust off, man. Go up to Trump, go up to Tunbury, and we'll just hang about, just to see. Just go, Donald, do you want to come on the podcast?
Like Donny.
Mate, your three guys missing a 4 ball. Come on. No, we've paid already. Don't worry about it. Come on.
Do you know much about how the votes work in the States? Because I think that's just a mess. I know.
Well,
it's not a mess. It's about the population of the state. So the population of each state is then measured, and by the population of that state depends on how many votes they get.
They get electoral college votes.
We call it electoral college. You can call it votes. You can call it whatever you like. But is that how it works in it? So the population of Scotland and the population of England. So the population of England would get more votes.
They'd get more overall votes because they get so many state senators.
Mm-hmm.
So like Texas won the biggest, and also the big one was Pennsylvania. That's
where Biden's from.
Aye, so I had like 20 state senators, and that's what they're fighting over. The popular vote doesn't matter. Like,
it's just
Clinton got more votes than Trump, but lost the election in 2016.
That's a fucking backwards way, isn't it? Like, let's be honest, that is backwards.
No,
I think it is personally.
I know.
Either you get, say there's 200 million people. If 150 million vote for that person, they should win it.
I think so.
It is. They're trying to make it by state, because some states could benefit more for certain policies than other states. So if 5 of the 10 most popular states could benefit more for this candidate's policies, then do you know what I mean? You follow me?
I know it swings and roundabouts, because then some states could be detriment because of that.
Aye.
Then it could happen with other candidate. It swings and roundabouts. I think it should be whoever gets most votes overall should take it.
I agree. It should be the most votes wins it. I mean, it's a vote in it, so there's no point in then your vote doesn't really count.
What you said, Kenny, kind of makes sense though, in the sense that like what we've got in Britain, where you've got Scotland and England. Just take us to Scotland and England voting, but there's more votes in England, and that's why the majority. Like, I think that was the whole argument for independence, wasn't it? It's because we're no heard, we're no whatever. So,
and that's why we need to follow. Like, well, all right, Boris is right. Okay, Boris, right. You're in a lockdown. We'll not do that now. Once we're allowed the funds, we'll do that.
Aye. I get that point where you realise you have to ask for the funds.
Aye.
That's a problem.
When you should be going. It's asking your mum for pocket money in it. That's what it is.
Aye, he's the boss, and she's
aye. As much as Boris Johnson definitely looks like he's lost a few marbles, he's doing as good as he can, and he's scooting about in his wee scooter and heading down the street going, "Right guys, what are we doing today? Lockdown, right?
His wee scooter.
Christmas. I bet he is. I bet he's in a wee two-wheeler scooter going, it's just some buzz in it.
Grant, I don't know if you follow much about kind of British politics or whatever, but do you think, how long do you think Boris Johnson's got left?
I don't know, there's a lot of people out there that like him. I think that was shown.
I don't think he's done. I mean,
I've got my own personal opinion on Boris Johnson and the Tory Party, but I mean, I'll keep this. I'll try and keep this as neutral as possible for the sake of
just go for it, man.
Podcast.
Put your in it. No,
I think he's a fucking idiot. If you want my honest opinion, he's a fucking idiot, and he's going to run this country. They're going to, if you ask me.
That's all we're looking for. We don't need a family. Get your opinion out there. But I think well, what would I have done? I
think what I would have done is
it's a rough idea, man.
Than he did.
Say again.
I think if I was in charge, I would have went to COVID task force meetings a lot sooner than he did.
I think he missed a few meetings and wasn't getting the information. And
he left it about 8 weeks before he went to his first meeting. His advisors told him he should go to meetings. He'd get fucked off and left it.
So do you think him and Donald Trump was told to things were okay in China, but his advisors were saying that's a lie?
I don't know.
Lock everything down.
Because I don't know, the two of them were slow to react.
So I feel like Boris Johnson was petrified to go to lockdown because nobody had ever done it.
See the thing, see we talk about lockdowns, right? I think I get that. Here's my opinion. I'm a nobody. I don't know about this stuff.
Oh,
but
you're a somebody, mate.
But think about it.
We
right?
are global, man.
So the first thing in my head that I thought was, why don't we just stop flights coming in and out of the country? Why?
That's what New Zealand done.
But
New Zealand done it, and they've only had one case in 6 months now, whatever it is, something like that, because they've done it the right way.
But that was the first thing that I was thinking. Why the fuck are you still allowed to go on holiday, come back? People can still travel in from China when this was all happening. From the source, you're letting people travel for the source, and of course it's going to fucking spread to us. And don't get me wrong, it still would have made its way, but when I don't think
I think you're right, mate. I think people forget that we are an island. We are a very, very small island.
Yeah.
So just like you're saying, just stop everybody.
We could have easily avoided half of what we've had because we are an island.
Do you miss that? Do you miss the office, Grant?
Well, I've moved companies middle of COVID. So I've only been in the office once. So
must be nice. Must be nice, Gavin. Lost touch with a common man there, Grant. Sitting
what
there,
I don't get though,
absolutely bossing Xbox. Like, no, sell, sell, buy.
I don't do any of that. I don't do any of that.
No.
What were you going to say, Grant?
I was going to say, what I don't get is when you put in new lockdown measures, nobody wants to be in lockdown, right? And we all know we need to follow it, we want to get out it quicker.
Well, I mean, next PS5 comes out on Friday. I'm alright with it.
I don't get why, even Nicola Sturgeon, I'm an SNP voter. I like Nicola Sturgeon. But I don't get why she comes out on a Friday night and says lockdown restrictions are starting on Monday.
Aye, I know.
Start Friday night the minute she announces it.
But even all the way through this, like everybody has a Cobra meeting. So it's not like there's only two of them there. Everybody's there. So the Cobra meeting comes in, everybody has a say, we all go away. The general consensus would be like through England, Ireland, Wales, Northern Ireland. Like, Boris is going to announce all this. But Nicola Sturgeon's like, I'm going to do 12:30. So I'm going to do it early. Boris is doing the same thing later in the day. Like,
and gets to try and show some sort of power that we've no got.
It's like, well, I've got a bob, so I'll do it 12:30. And that's
and I think it goes back to your point as well.
Through.
Even though she's announcing it earlier, like they still need to make sure they're going to get the appropriate funds in to extend furlough and whatnot.
All the agreements have to be in place. Like, it's not as if she's doing this after him back and going, I'll do it. No.
What seems bizarre to me, right, is when Sturgeon came out and said she's like, I basically said I've only got the same information you've got from Boris Johnson as you've seen on the telly, and I'm like, surely when you're going to do something like that, you need to go in and speak to everybody, and just not even say you need to date with me, blah blah blah. Just say that this is what I'm going to do, so that you know, and this is what's going to be happening. Surely there's a plan, and it's not just like, right, we're locking down on Friday, and then I'll speak to Scotland and That seems
At some
fucking
point.
bizarre to me. Aye.
We'll get in touch with him. We'll see how we'll get in touch with him.
Oh,
But like even the tier system seems to be okay. Like don't travel. But
Aye, it's very similar to
it's
how we
easy
were
to
for
say.
months.
It's easy to say. Don't do that. But
There's a lot of people not going to stick to it.
100%,
I
man.
know.
The amount of people I've seen just floating about, especially like teenagers and that, hanging about groups of 10, 15 of them. And, I mean, you can blame them
Fair
as
play
much
to
as you
them.
can blame people.
See the thing.
Blame Jimmy. Like, so see if they close down everything, they go, right, well, this and that can stay open. See if this and that is open. More people are going to go to it. Now we're getting a heavy, pure,
100%.
deep, knee deep, body,
But also
neck deep into this whole
the
chat.
thing that annoys me is the fact that this is like we went into this pure strict lockdown for it. Was it like 5 months? Or 4
Forever,
months
mate. It was
before,
actually forever.
But before
Forever.
things reopened a wee bit, right? So then when they reopened, it just surges again and we go back at another one. So it's like, well, what, are we just going to keep doing this until there's a
No, but
vaccine?
it reopened with the eat out, help out.
Aye, that's what I mean. It's fucking back.
It was a decent idea.
We opened for 4 weeks.
That
And
industry.
Oh no!
No, it was. It
Stop
helped
it.
the industry. Of course it did. That's why
But
it was there.
But it's no helped in the long run.
I know, but that's what I'm trying to say. Is it's just kind of catch-22 because they're like, right, we need to help, but I need to help the hospitality industry. We'll just print more money. You're the government.
But
That's
then
it,
it runs into you end up becoming illiquid. Then
I bet if the globe as a whole is doing it, then it's okay. We stay the same.
it doesn't.
It does.
Work.
It does. Like
It doesn't work. Then your money becomes worthless.
So you work in the finance industry, right? You
So
deal with money.
Just bear in mind he's much more experienced to answer this, by the way, than us.
Right, so this, I remember speaking to somebody about working this, right? So money as a whole. Oh man, it's going to sound like pure heavy stoner chat, man. This is me last Friday, Gav, man. Money as a whole is a concept of what we agree it to be.
Yeah.
So people used to go, this is really valuable. Give me
something's only as valuable as what you're willing to pay for it.
Give me free sheet for this. That used to be bartering and trading. Money never used to be a thing. So if the world as a whole is willing to agree, just forget that. Then it's redundant. It's fine. It doesn't matter.
It's never going to happen in that case. You look at countries like Venezuela where their currency becomes worthless because they started printing that much.
Venezuela ended up turning to Bitcoin, and Venezuela ended up running on Bitcoin
because the money was absolutely worthless.
1 million Venezuelan dollars became 2 pence. Like it was absolutely the same for worthless. Like me when I landed in Vietnam, I was a millionaire. Many used to be a millionaire. Didn't think so. No. 30 quid. 30 quid in Vietnam. Boys, I'm telling you. You can buy 2 coffees. That is like you're saying, that's the currency. But that like, as a whole, that is exactly what an economy is. Everybody conforming to agree that this is worth this. Do we agree? Yes. No, we all agree. Outside that, it's worthless.
It's just when you go back to like, it's all right. It's easy for us to sit and say, "Oh, just get all the whole world to agree." Like that's never ever going to happen, is it? There's going to be somebody who's like, "Nah," like Donald Trump, for example, who may be like, "Fuck that, I don't want." Do you know what I mean? So it's.
But he was very successful in making more money for America.
I'm just using that example. Like take fucking Luxembourg, like, for example. Like
I don't think he was the president now. He didn't run that country.
Still being a dick.
I know. I'm just saying, like
long and short, you just can't print more money. You can't do it.
You can do it. You can.
Well, you can. The reality is you can, but then your money becomes completely illiquid. Aye.
But you can do it for a certain amount of time, and then you can claw it back at some point. We're not saying print $1 billion
through taxes. That's what will happen.
Yeah.
I think we'll find when it runs in April time in the next financial year, we'll see everybody's household tax increase because
100%,
of the furlough scheme. Which it's a good scheme. Just kept plenty of people in their roof over their head and.
Oh man, see the people that have not had a day off. See nobody who's benefited from furlough.
I've
Oh,
worked
poor
right
you,
through it.
man. Nah, you're fucked, man. I feel bad for you, man. It's because see Phil though, best thing ever, man. But right, so you think Biden's the right man for the job? Do you think he's done? Do you think
I wouldn't say he's the right man for the job. He's got his flaws, but I can say
I think his major flaw
job than
is
Trump.
his major flaw is his age in it, man. He is one old man.
Aye, well, there's all the jokes flying about the now that Kamala Harris is just waiting until he goes so she can step in to be the first female president.
Female black president as well, though.
First female president of colour.
Like this guy, man. I've got Joe Biden, special guest. I remember Joe Rogan speaking about her. He spoke very highly of her. He was saying she was very intelligent, very.
I think you'd have to be to
up.
get saying that. I'm saying you have to be. And you look at Donald Trump. I don't think he's that intelligent.
Joe Biden used to be somebody's vice president.
Aye, Barack Obama.
Obama's, aye.
It was indeed.
Politics. I'm trying to see what else I had written down here, because I did have.
Remember, though I keep Grant on all night. He's working tomorrow.
I know it's 10:15. What time do you start tomorrow, Grant? What time you into?
8:30. I need to be on by.
Jesus, man.
I just roll out my bed, though. I'm in the next room. I just roll out my bed right into work.
If you got an office, a gaming room, how big's your house?
A 3-bed, but it's a tiny room.
Oh, be nice.
Literally, so got some wardrobes there.
Aye,
and then my laptop's here, telly's there, and there's a door. That's the size of the room.
Good setup.
Lost touch with the common man there.
Looks like I got a couple of wardrobes in a room.
No, it's a free bed. I I have my office, my gaming room, my bedroom.
He's on one tonight, man. I've not
I
seen all
know.
this.
Because I said he was drinking cocktails.
I know, he's fucking.
That did push my buttons a wee bit.
He's taking the nip, isn't he?
I have a wee bit. It did irk me a wee bit. I'm like, all right. I like a
Right.
fucking
What-
Budweiser and the Guinness.
What else are you kidding on? You've got written down your notepad.
Try to make kings up when you make a minute. Can you? Oh, right. Speaking of cocktails, what's your guilty pleasure, Grant? It needs to be no, in life, what's your guilty pleasure, man?
I don't know. I have many guilty pleasures.
You need to have something, man.
I know. I think of something. I just don't know what it is.
Do you watch like Strictly Come Dancing or? It's like
Aye. That's right. Mine was Desperate Housewives. She's all coming back to me now, man.
Mine was a rom-com.
Don't tell Paula.
I don't know. You know that. There'll be something. I just can't think off the top of my head.
I was like me as well. Like, see when somebody just asks you, you're like, fuck.
Right. So, what was that thing I had wrote down?
Your pet peeve.
Aye. What's your pet peeve? And don't say drinking cocktails, because I swear to God, I'll get Gav to kick you at this.
Pet peeve. Probably somebody chewing with their mouth open, trying to speak as they're eating, and it's just going everywhere.
Aye. That's social etiquette, in it, man. You shouldn't be doing that.
Aye.
It's disgusting.
I thought you were going to say your pet peeve was listening to two fannies talk about the
global
market. We've not got a clue about it.
No, I think you're right.
I'd say actually a guilty pleasure. I can take you on.
Go for it.
Probably listening to
PlayStation 5 reviews.
Music like Slipknot and that. That's a wee bit
some of the dark stuff.
But I quite enjoy it. Enjoy it.
There we go.
No, quite right. No,
we'll go
be yourself, man. Be yourself. Do you know what we mentioned? Two things, because
last two things,
because we've already Grant's already answered the Welsh question, ain't he? So we don't need to go back to that. Right, so see the people in there.
Yeah,
aye.
Big
one.
1K, wasn't it?
Aye. Pause. We
another sponsor, Kenny.
Aye, previous sponsor of the podcast. They made 1,000 followers.
Nice.
Good milestone.
How unhealthy are people, man? Tasty, but
to be fair, the hot chocolate bombs are
dynamite, huh?
Oh.
You're welcome, mate. We handing that myself. Also, I was scooting about the car the day, and I was like, what's that? Fucking PlayStation jammies, man. Think about it, Paul. I seen my seemed like it's for a Christmas present. She's like, is that a PlayStation jammies? Thinking they're for Paul's nephew. She's like, oh, I can't believe you found them. Like,
That's for you.
so 5 minutes later, you come and she's like, go and get them and you can wear them. It's like, no. No, thank you, man. Like, I might do it once I've played the PlayStation, but I thought I didn't look at the size of nothing, but you see something, you're like, your brain doesn't compute. Like, I mean, take the piss like, I seen the new jammies you got me. I know, you look good, man. She's like, oh, man.
Gutted.
Like, boulder cash.
Wait, tell it to order another pair and we'll send it to Grant for his Christmas.
Aye.
Burning them in my back garden.
Oh, shit doesn't burn, does it? But no, they will burn because they're very, very good. So.
Very flammable.
No.
100% polyester.
Obviously, they're jammies.
Right, Kenny.
That's us then. That's us.
Anything else you want to add?
I'm just dragging my heels here, mate.
Buy an Xbox, that's how we should end it.
I don't think we should end it like that. I think we should end it by kicking him out. And then I'll message him later saying, I'll message him later saying, yeah, I'm really sorry. Like,
I know.
That's Gav. It's all Gav said. But no, end it civilised. The best man will win. Marathon, not a sprint, not that.
Well,
but,
Grant, once, because Kenny's obviously pre-ordered it, I never, so maybe in fucking January or whenever I can get my hands on one.
Never, mate. You'll not get one until next March, I think.
When we've had a wee, March then, we'll have a wee...
You come in and play mine. Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, aye. All right, okay, I'll come and play mine. You've not got one. Very good.
You've got a house. I come into your house. You've got a full building in your name. I've got a PlayStation. It's not even in my name. Paul got me it from Lofty. It's not even mine. Don't be like that. Don't be that guy.
You're normally that guy you see everybody else.
Aye, do my best.
Right, chaps. As I say,
I think the next time Grant will be on this podcast is when we can all be together and we can all have a shot. Grant can bring his wee block and I'll bring my PlayStation and we can all shots each and we can review it in a civilised manner.
Aye, in a proper way. Aye.
Sounds good.
Agreed.
Because
I think the last time you come on, Grant, we'd said next time we'll all be together.
Aye.
That was what, 3 months
definitely,
ago. Now we're literally going into another lockdown probably. So
that's it, mate. We were here mid-lockdown last time, and you're here pre-lockdown this time. Well done.
Aye.
But we'll get it organised. But aye.
Exactly.
So thanks to everybody for listening. If you've made it this far,
yep.
Just make
thanks,
sure
Margaret.
to like.
Yep.
Thanks, Margaret. Aye. Just make sure you like, subscribe, comment, especially on YouTube. It makes a massive difference. So,
What a difference.
But aye, Grant, it's a pleasure, mate. Thanks
Cheers, mate. Cheers.
Aye, no,
absolute
cheers.
pleasure, man.
Back on. Look forward to the next one.
Brilliant.
Yep. Aye.
We'll get a wee beer as well.
100%, man.
Plan, aye.
Right. More PlayStation. Right, see you later. Bye.